Good evening, Com 4310. This is Dominique Amos with my final video diary number 4. I'm going to jump straight into it so that I can meet the time limit requirement. Video diary number 4. What are the positive and negative aspects of workplace friendships? I feel positive aspects of workplace friendships. Great friendships can create an enjoyable atmosphere, meaning that because they are friends, they are loving and kind and funny and geeky and all that other good stuff. They can come in and set a nice atmosphere in the workplace. They also can provide each other with great feedback, whether personal or professional. They can also push each other to do great because they know their personal goals and objectives. One thing they can also do is they look out for each other. You know, if one person is slacking, that's that one person that can pull the coattail and say, hey, you did this, you did that, you weren't supposed to, versus another employee who doesn't really know them. They can take it better from a friend. Negative aspects of workplace friendships are favoritism. If one of the friends is a superior staff and the other one is a subordinate staff, the superior can show favoritism to that subordinate and allow them opportunities and chances that the other employees are not granted. Also, it could be a conflict of interest, gossiping off the clock. So many different negative aspects of friendships in the workplace. The article about workplace romances, is there a policy in place? Yes, there is a policy in place at my work of business. However, it's not... it doesn't state that you cannot have a workplace romance. It just states that it cannot cause conflict within your current positions. And me personally, I've experienced workplace work. Not me. I've actually seen other people in a workplace romance. So I feel that inside of a corporate business, it should not be allowed. However, like I know a couple who owns their own business, they have hired staff. That's their thing. If their husband and wife started the business, then you know that going in. But to see everybody just coming in as regular people, then over a period of time, someone becomes husband and wife, there's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is when it crosses boundaries. I've actually seen a husband in a corporate setting get ready to leave to go to lunch, and his wife was not ready for lunch. He was like, oh, okay, well, I'll see you when I come back. And they kissed. Mind you, now, I don't have a problem with, because they're husband and wife. However, we were in a corporate setting. That positive display of affection, had an outside person been coming in to see that, it would have been like, what kind of business are they running? Or there are times, at that time, I don't work for them anymore, but at this time, you know, he would say things like if she wasn't feeling well, he'll rub her neck and different things like that, which was inappropriate for the work. So what makes a work group great? I would say diversity. Diversity would be the biggest thing for me, especially with living in the city of Houston. And it brings me great joy sometimes when I learn something about another culture or another group of people, and I find out that what I've learned in my upbringing is not the only way. So diversity would be the best thing. Not only will it elongate your group, the data, the research, or whatever it is you're doing, it offers so many other point of views that I believe as a people we're missing. The best thing about the city of Houston that I just love is the diversity. I mean, you almost can reach several different countries in this one city. So I would most definitely say diversity. I love that about Houston. And not only that, the best thing about a work group, I'm turning my notes, is the willingness to follow. I know I've been told, and I'm not bragging on myself, but I have great leadership skills. I love being around people, motivating people to do great things. But there are times where I learn the most when I sit back and follow. So that's another thing you have to be willing to do to make a group great, is having the willingness to sit back and follow and take directives from other people and just sit and be taught and not think that your way is the best way. So yeah, how do millennials feel about servant leadership? I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. So how do I feel about servant leadership? It is something I had to grow into, because I'm going to be honest, in the beginning of my working career, so to speak. I wasn't in the business of serving nobody or assisting anybody. Or my thing was get in here, get your money. I was young. I was really focused on getting my money, receiving my leadership, my promotion, and my increase. And it wasn't until I realized that you will not receive the promotion and the increase and the great connections in corporate America without being a servant first. So, and not being a servant as a slave, but just the willingness to assist, the willingness to learn, the willingness to follow, the willingness to sit under the tutelage of someone, take great notes, and just wait your turn, all at the same time while doing what you need to do to excel. So it kind of go both ways. So yeah. That's my thing. Leaders are born rather than made. What does that mean? I totally agree with that because it's something that cannot be taught. I'm around great leaders. My principal at my school is the epitome of greatness in a leader. She pushes people. If you come in at a lower level of employment, she lets you know you're not going to stay here. And even if you feel, no, I just want to be clerical, answer the phones, that's fine. She won't take you out of your area, but you're going to learn and master everything clerical. You're going to be an expertise at every Microsoft, Excel, SPSS, all of the data that we have in the Aldine district. She's going to make sure you excel at that. And I would ask her, like, why are you like this? And she would say, it's the way I was raised. It's the way I am. She could not explain it. Let me give a disclaimer. We're on Thanksgiving break. I have 4 kids upstairs. I am so sorry if you hear noise. Okay, back. So she would just say, nobody taught me this. It's outside of the goodness of your heart. So in order to be a great leader, a motivator, an encourager, a great teacher, that's something you have to be born with. That's something you would have had to have seen throughout your life to know how to give it back to other people. They're born. You can't make some things you cannot make. I'm just sorry. There are some spirits and some kindnesses and the love and the creativity of some people that cannot be taught. I don't care how long you go to school, how many degrees you have. It just cannot be taught. Why do followers put up with bad leaders? Prime example, and I'm sure we all have. I put up with bad leaders and have put up with bad leaders because I learned from them. Because I know when I get to where I'm supposed to be, when I reach the peak of my career, I want to take as many people along with me as I can. And that's including the bad ones because they teach me so much. They teach me how not to be. It gives me that sense of, I don't like the way you are a bad leader, you don't make good decisions, or whatever the case may be. And I just put in my mind, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be like that. So I learned. That's why I put up with bad leaders. Also, another reason why I put up with bad leaders is so that I can most definitely not only learn not what I don't want to be, but it trains you. When you can sit under a bad leader, still do your job with the best of your abilities, not develop hate or frustration, and you develop communication skills because you can approach your leader with confidence about what you think is a bad idea, what you think is a good idea, just things like that. So it builds your character when you can work under a bad leader. I believe that is it for the video diary. It was great working with you guys this semester. I hope you guys succeed in all of your endeavors, and I look forward to your feedback. Bye-bye.